If you can see, I'm making a live trade right here, right now. Check it out. Making a live trade as we speak. Check, check, check. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby, live from Las Vegas. I almost said New York City. Live from New York City. It's Saturday Night Live, right? But live from Las Vegas, baby, the Sin City, the city that never sleeps. I definitely got like 5 hours of sleep, maybe, if I'm lucky. Let's take a look at BTC. There may be a hot trade coming right now, even though it's a Monday. I actually made trade this Monday. Oops, hit the wrong button, but I'm here, baby. I'm here. So let's take a look. If you want to send a super chat, put some balls in my jar. I like to see the balls move around. Appreciate that. You want to join the Discord, go up there, hit that QR code on your phone. It will take you right to cryptolifer.com where you can jump on into my trading group, which will blow your mind. I haven't taken a day off in 1,800 some odd days. It's been 5 years straight. This show has been running, documented from 4/23 of 2021 all the way. So I made a live trade during the beginning here. It's actually up 1%. We're going to see what happens. Not a huge trade. It's 0.4 BTC. It's a half a Bitcoin. $1,000 in at 33x leverage. So it's about a $33,000 trade. My entry was 77,807. And why? Because this looks like a beautiful double bottom. All right. And that just, you know what I'm saying? Like last night, they tried to dump it with a double top. It didn't really work. It seemed like people liked the price. And remember, I had this idea here. Remember when I said it's likely going to come down to the bottom of the trend line? I said that last night. I sold the exact top there on the pump. If you did that with me, you sold the top. Congratulations. I did wake up this morning. First thing I looked at was cat ears, folks. And cat ears basically go like this. They make this, you know, you'll take the length from here to there, the top to there, make it get a little bit of an angle, swing it. And that's where cat ears goes. And, it, you know, that looks like it could go right there. Could this dump on us today? It very well may. My trade isn't that big. It's 180 for 500. I'm not risking tons of money. Just want to test the waters to see if this bottom plays out. If this bottom plays out, what I'm looking for, honestly, is a couple days of sideways price action into tonight. I'd like this to do this till Tuesday night, and then we rip to the upside. This is what I'm looking for. I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but this is what I'm looking for. Shout out to all my peoples. I don't know what that sound is. We're going to have to figure it out. This sound comes in. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. It's like definitely like it's some like, I think it's like some alert that I put on, or maybe it's someone hitting a like button or something, but it's funny, like started happening a while back and I don't know what the heck it is, man. Interesting. Yeah, whatever, weird, but I'll figure it out one day. What is that sound? Where is it coming from? I believe it's the like button. I hope. It would be pretty awesome if that's what it is. Shout out to anyone who hit the like button. God bless you. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. And I didn't get to do the morning update because it's 7 in the morning right now. I had to wake up at 5:30 to make sure I hit the show, doing everything I can. And I still gave you guys an update in my bed. I did see the cat ears, and I did talk about it. Anyway, that's a live trade on Weeks. If you want to trade where I trade, links to Weeks are in the pinned comment. I have a pinned comment somewhere. Let me grab out the chat. Actually, I have not popped out the chat yet. I ain't getting no sleep. I love this track. 10 days straight. I ain't getting no rest. Oh, my Brave does this sometimes where it messes with this and you can't get rid of it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's like a glitch. You almost have to just reset the page for it to go right. Keep crushing it. Hit that like button. Thank you. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Shout out to my whole team. God bless everybody out there. So let's take a big picture look at what's happening. Let's do what we do every single day. Why? Why do I do this? Why is it this repetitive? Because you create a motion in the subconscious that gets into a pattern. That pattern creates the movement of your trades. That pattern creates the essence of your frequency, of your trading abilities. Like the more you do the same things over time, the more your subconscious mind is tuned to what you need to see, right? And because I do this every day, I'm able to stick to a trade. You know what I mean? It's all connected. Your behavior is your pattern is your behavior, and your behavior creates results, right? A lot of people don't realize how much that their behavior, you know what I mean? They think like, they don't realize their thoughts create their behavior creates your life. Whatever you keep doing is what's going to happen to you, right? I show up every single day and work my butt off, I'll have good results, you know what I mean? And I love this saying, work really hard, no results. Work really hard, bad results. Work really hard, good results. Like you don't have a choice. Like if you think about your life, if you own a business, you either have to wake up and work really hard or you don't. Like if you don't, you know what's going to happen. It's definitely not going to go well. Sometimes it doesn't go well even when you work really hard. So think about if you do nothing. So I want to put the, I don't like using fear, fake emotions acting real, but I want to definitely put the fire under your butt there. You're the best, man. The people over here, man, unbelievable. A fellow lifer who told me he did his thing, you know what I mean? Very humble about it, but he really, he found his way, and he became free, and that freedom helped him find what he wanted to do, and he found his way at Sin City Crypto with Rob and Dave, and so he's like, dude, I was in your group, I learned from you. He came to my meetup last year. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind, man. Maybe he'll say something on camera in a little while, maybe towards the end, you know what I mean? All right, I like it. So the monthly has broken out. I show this every single time, every single morning, and I show you all these different areas where the monthly has broken out. The one time it was a fake out was here. Maybe we get something. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. I think that's what that was. I wish I knew how to turn that off. I don't know where it's coming from, man. It's so weird, but it sounds good. Maybe it's on weeks. Is it a new weeks thing? I don't know, man. Maybe do I have BitConnect open? Always making sounds. And what a trade. Oh, whoa. Look at this. I'm getting the model. I got to trade this. Whenever I see the model, I have to trade it. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a choice. Once you know what you're supposed to do, you just do it. I know it's a Monday. I don't like Mondays. It could be a false move, but I like what I'm seeing here. We're above the smooth moving average. This is nice. And I'm on MEXC. I know MEXC isn't great for everybody, Canadians, Americans, but it is. If you're in the right place in the world, man, this thing is one of the greatest exchanges in the game with the least amount of fees. I'm telling you right now, if you can get in, the MEXC link is still awesome. It's still a great exchange. One of my favorite to ever be out, man. You see, I got paid yesterday to keep the trade open, and I'm going to go a little heavier than normal. I'm going to go 300 for 800 here. And if I lose, I lose. So what? I made pretty good on that one. Risk reminder. I know. Let's see how big that trade is. Wow, it's a $148,000 trade. It's a pretty big position for me to be on a Monday morning, honestly. But I'm rolling with it. I like what I'm seeing right here. I like the double bottom of the 1 hour. I like this. This is my sauce. The 21 has crossed the 200 moving average. We're inside of a tight flag. They may just come and get me on a false move Monday. I very well may get pounded here and lose $300. But, that's okay. I'm not going to lose thousands. I'm not going to lose my account. I'm not going to get liquidated. I know exactly what I'm doing and why. I know the risk that I'm taking. I've taken this risk many, many times. We'll see what happens. Red the second I got in. Wait for that. Wait for it. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. All right. Get subscribed to the Crypto Lifer newsletter, baby. Thank you so much. Join the newsletter. It's every single week. Me and my team and I put so much hard work into that newsletter, and it really wraps up kind of what I said. The weekly screen share. It really does a good job of putting it in your face. What I'm talking about, it will show you the 5-day moving average. The key aspects that I was bringing up and talking about throughout the week, that's gonna be your sauce. So if you look at Bitcoin, we got a lot more liquidity up here. You can see a lot more. It's dark blue that goes all the way up to that $85,000 level. And we zoom out, we could go either way today. We could go back down to 77,000 or 76,850. We go up to 79K. It looks like we're kind of in this little zone here. So BOOKMAP's kind of indecisive right now for the moment. But that's good. It does show us that we could get our move, though. We could get our move. Look, a back with a beautiful bullish candle here on the 1 minute time frame. Can we get this move? Make $1,000 in about, I don't know, that should take about 30 to 40 minutes. I'll take $1,000 in 40 minutes, right? I mean, that ain't bad. So right off the bat, I'll give you a live trade on a Monday, which I didn't even think I would, but I just do what the charts tell me to do. And I got lucky, right? Everything kind of started to work out. Does luck exist, or is it preparation meets opportunity? That's up for you to decide. I believe luck doesn't exist. I believe you create luck by showing up every day. People that are lucky are just people that do their thing. Audio perfect, man. You're the best, Barry. I'll update audio later when you're on. Thank you, man. You're amazing, dude. Video perfect. Oh, man, my team, Sean, all the way in the Philippines, man, is making sure that the stream is going very, very, very well, man. Look at this guy. I've been watching Lifer on the sidelines on and off since 2019. One thing that's been consistent in the grind, day in and day out, through different market conditions, the work ethic, the insight, the discipline have been there. For anyone on the fence wondering how or what if, here's my honest testimony. With some grit, consistency, and risk management and some capital to work with, you really can apply Lifer's methods. It's not about chasing every move. It's about learning the framework, entries, exits, the patience, the conviction. understanding the market structure behind the calls. What stood out to me is the level of insight shared on the Discord. Not just signals, but education. The entry points, the exit strategies, broad market perspectives have helped me think more strategically instead of emotionally. If you put in the effort and study and execute, there's real value there. For those questioning whether Discord is worth it, in my experience, it pays for itself. More than that, it can sharpen your approach as a trader if you actually use the tools and information provided. Nothing replaces your own work, but having community and someone who has been showing up consistently for years adds an edge. Respect to the lifer who built something real. God bless you, man. That meant the world to me. Like, no amount of money could replace that testimonial. May God bless you for writing that. That's amazing. Looks like we may win this. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I don't want to count my Satoshis before they hatch. All right. Let's get back into brass tacks here and talk about the bigger channel. So, look, every time we broke, there's one we broke, but at least we had still got a pretty decent pump. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. We went from 38,000 all the way up to 48K. I mean, that's a beautiful move for BTC. So, yeah, I mean, I like what I'm seeing, right? It ain't bad. Ain't bad. Could be better, but it ain't bad. Oh, I see it. I got it. The alert box was set to 100. That's why. I found it. And the tip ticker, I found it. Excellent. We should be good now. We should be good now. You can hear the music. Oh, was the music off? Music should be on now. Hear the music? All right. I thought I turned it off. Maybe I just did accidentally. All right, so we broke out. We broke out every single time the monthly has made a big breakout. We've had a monster move for Bitcoin. Also, a tweezer bottom on the monthly is a big deal. Whenever you get that green candle right next to the red one, they close simultaneously. It's the twins right there, Cain and Abel. One's bad, one's good. I mean, they're both good. If you could short for money, you could long for money, right? What a beautiful short. Imagine entering this short. You got to sit in it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. I guess I didn't get it. I thought I had it. I don't know where the heck that thing's coming from. Straight up. No idea. I don't know, but whatever. I have to deal with it, man. I got to figure out where the heck it's coming from, though. I'll have to sit on the stream, have people touch the buttons until everything makes sense one day. And I'm taking a shot of espresso. This stream is about to go to the moon. That's going to get me going. I'm telling you right now. Woo, that was good. Thank you, brother. That tasted amazing. Wow, that's rich. I was in Lisbon. I was drinking like 5 of those a day with Jamie. The Xeno Man. So, look, oversold in the stochastic RSI. A bit of hidden bullish divergence, too. Like, this swings up while this swings down. And then when you pull the Fibonacci, you came down to the 786. I mean, every time I've seen this type of movement, even on the weekly and the daily, we've got a pretty big move. This is on the monthly. And another thing I've told you guys is this is a half a cup of handle or an ascending cup and handle. I made this term up myself. I created some of my own terms in trading because I did it so much. I didn't have to listen to anybody else but what I saw, right? So that's a rise. I've seen this exact play. I want to find one of these for you guys. I remember Solana did it years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. And I used to trade altcoins with this exact setup many, many times. You ever get itchy eyebrows, man? My eyebrows just, I don't know what is, There was lint. There was lint in the cab right here. No, but seriously, this is interesting to me. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. I'll be the first guy shorting tomorrow. That's the thing. I'll be the first guy to see the short if we lose a key area. You're like, well, this guy was so bullish. Now he's shorting. But I'm able to pivot if I see something that's not right in the charts. But so far, this is good. There's a lot of bears out there. I was at dinner last night. Everyone, even logical guys, everyone was pretty. They said, we see lower lows. It's going to be the summer in July. We're going to go lower. Maybe we do. There's a chance. I don't know for sure. What I will tell you is this. As long as the monthly candle stays above this high, the close at 71,286. As long as you stay above 71,286, you got yourself on the monthly. So 71K, everyone, is now support for Bitcoin. You see? You got to get back above that level, 71,000. Yeah, and how do I know that? Open, high, low, and close up here. Hover on a candle, and you see those numbers are going to change. So I hover, and I go look at the close, 71,286. It was right there. It's going to change. I'm not on that candle anymore. But 71,286 and 81 cents to be exact. All right? Not the wick, the candle closing, right? That's the strength of the move. You want to make sure you close, and wicks are cool. You can use them for pinpoint bounces and things like that, but you want to make sure the candle closes above or below the previous candle. That's going to be the sauce, all right? That's going to give you your edge. You see what I'm saying? That's going to show you what's happening. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Danny, 1,000 people. Let me get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. And I know some of you guys that watch me are here in Vegas, and you may not wake up as early as I have to make the show. So we may be missing some fellow lifers that are just like, hey, man, I'm trying to party for 3 days. I can't work like you, lifer. I get it. I have some insane adrenaline that God has given me to push, man. And if I have it, I got to use it. You know what I mean? It's like if you were in the Army and you knew you were like really strong compared to everyone in the Army, and you knew you could just fight an extra session and you could pick up an extra dude, like you'd have to do it. Like that would be on you. Like God gives you extra strength. You got to give it. You got to give it back to the world, man. So I know God has blessed me with this a different energy ever since I was a kid. Even my family and friends were like, something up with this guy. He's just not. He's a little different, you know what I mean? And some people didn't like it. Like, they could pick up on my high energy, and it threw them off. Like, it also would put me, like, you know, I also felt misunderstood my whole life. Like, I looked the part. Like, I have this, like, kind of handsome look. I get it. And I don't know. Some people say. But, like, I have this, like, look. Like, everything's great. But I have to be honest with you guys. Like, I never fit in. And I never felt like I was actually, I don't know. I never felt like I fit in, man. Until I started the lifer community and I started meeting lifers around the world. Like, I just never felt like I fit in anywhere. I always felt like I was an outsider. And I think you guys feel the same. I think that's why this lifer community is so strong, man. Like, that's why I worked the night shift for so long. I was outside of the system, you know. Anyway, the 2-week chart, you know, showing some stress, but this is good. 2-week chart just closed. Remember, we want to see wickage, right? You don't want a 2-week chart just expanding to the upside. You want to see some dumps. So when this starts to pump back up, and look at the 2-week, it just got started on the stochastics RSI. That's very bullish. I don't know, man. The 2-week chart is telling me not to fade it. At least till this resistance here at 82, and then likely up to 86,000, you see? And another thing, you know, that we can speculate on is a possible inverted head and shoulder beginning to form here, right? How amazing would that be if we use this as a secondary shoulder base, and then we're off? What does that give us? We can already kind of project where and when this could happen, and there we would be in October, back at a new all-time high. That would make sense, right? Because the rate cuts would come in September. I have this theory, right? I have this theory that Warsh is not going to cut the rates at the first, because think about it. Say you're on some scheme with someone, and you kind of know that the other side knows a little bit about it, but you don't want them to figure it out. You don't do it immediately. You know what I mean? You ever need something from somebody? Like, you forgot to call them, it's been a while, but you really need something from them. Like, and you don't call them the first day and ask. You call them a week before, say how they're doing, check in with them. Then a week later, you say, hey, man, by the way, if you have some type of cordial ability, right? You don't do it immediately, because the person's like, all right, you're just calling me for this now, right? And, like, you know, there's ways to do things to make people, you know what I mean? There's ways, and my whole point is this, look, there's 100% they're not going to cut the rate. You see this? 100% that they're not cutting the target rate now, even with the new Fed chair coming. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize this. We have rate. Wait. Oh my gosh. We have rate day. This is Wednesday. We have rate cut day on Wednesday. We have Fed cuts on Wednesday. Dude, because I've been traveling so much. Dude, we have Jerome Powell on Wednesday. I won't be doing Jerome Powell that day. I'll tell you that. That will be one day where I will be taking off. Dang, man. That's a good stream to do, though. But in 2 days, the next FOMC meeting, I just totally, wow. That's how you know when you're traveling, but that's crazy, right? So there's an FOMC meeting, everybody, coming up. Let's go over to Forex Factory 2. I love to look at this and just kind of get ourselves ready. I forgot to do this last night and go over our weekly calendar and just see what liquidity is coming. So we have, you know, Bank of Japan outlook report, which actually with the carry trade and the connection, kind of something you want to pay attention to. And that comes in at 9:30. Also, this is my time now, or no? Actually, this stream. Okay, I keep the computer on my time, so the computer says 10:30. I didn't change it, so I think but I don't know. It's the internet, so I'm confused. But anyway, this will come in at 8:30 our time. You know the red folders. We have nothing tomorrow. We have FOMC funds rate right at 2 p.m. So we're gonna find out the funds rate. It's not gonna change. It's 100%. It's gonna stay the same. I think it's Jerome Powell's last time, and he's not going to budge, man. No way. Not with, like, all the things that happened. They did drop that DOJ investigation. That's out. Okay. So, wow. So the Fed funds rate Wait, on a Thursday? Oh, yeah, because, see, it's a Thursday if you're in. Oh, I might still have the Do I still have? Oh, my God, I still have a VPN on. I can't believe I'm doing the show through a VPN. It's working, though. Dang. I don't like doing that, though. It's not my favorite thing. I feel like it can. I don't know. Anyway. But so that's a big deal. All right. Fed's fund rate right there. So that's going to be at 2 p.m. Don't look at this time. This time's way different. It's Australian time, right? And then Friday, we don't got anything. No red folders. So, like, we don't have anything crazy. No CPI, no PPI, none of that. All we have is, we have core PCE. We have core PCE at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. That should be right. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning. No, yeah, that should be 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. And then we have the Fed's fund rate at 8:30 on Wednesday, right? So anyway, I'll clean this up, but just Fed funds rate coming, and then core PCE, and employment costs index quarter over quarter, advanced GDP price quarter over, unemployment claims coming in too as well. So Thursday 8:30, heavy data. You're gonna want to pay attention to that, okay? You want to focus on that moment. You don't want to just open up a blind trade at that moment if you don't know what's happening, because you will see a massive green or a massive red candle literally at 8:30 on the dot. Like, it'll go crazy. I've seen it over 100 out of 110 times. Why 110? I don't know. I picked that number. It's funny. So anyway, don't laugh at me. Bitcoin is moving to the moon, Sam. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC. You got me excited, man. I can't. It's my biggest pet peeve when you guys tell me it's pumping and I run to the chart and it's not doing anything. I swear, like, that gets my goat, man. That's the one thing. Everyone's like, it's pumping. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Thing ain't pumping. So far, so good on that 1 minute trade. I see. You saw this pump, and I think you got a little excited. It did break out of the triangle. You could say it's breaking out. That would maybe get me a little more excited. That's awesome. Our trade's already up $115. That's how you make $115 real fast, right? Sitting on your... Look, I've been in the trade 10, 20 minutes. Here we go for a nice little breakout. Can we make $1,000 here? So far, so good. And I'm going to teach you how to control this and keep yourself in position. Weird. Send it, baby. Send it. Send it. Send it. Let's go. I get excited. Sorry to overblow the mic there. I don't want to overmodulate. Frequency modulation. That's what FM stands for, right? Shout out to my beautiful people here, man. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for tirelessly supporting the Lifer channel. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, you people are there for me. Unbelievable. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. We have dang near 1,100 beautiful souls here on the live. That's amazing. And I've been talking to crypto people and all around the board, from even the biggest people. I was sitting with Altcoin Daily last night. Some of the they're such nice young men. But they're great guys, man. Aaron and Austin. And I would still get them confused after years. And they must get so but I finally figured it out. I'm going to give you the secret to Aaron and Austin. At the end of the show, I'm going to give you the secret. So you'll never feel awkward meeting them again, and you'll never mistaken one for the other. I have the secret. I figured it out. I've got it. I really spent a nice 10 minutes with, oh my God, we got the bump. And I'm up $400. I think I should take that. When you make 400 that fast, I believe you should take it. What a call here on the channel. I did it again. I did it again, baby. Look at the size of that. Are you in? Yo, my man's in trading with me. I think we should take this, bro. I'm going to, send it. Send it, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Sammy does it again on a Monday with a perfect trade, perfect entry, 21 above the 200. I do the same thing every single time. My brain recognizes money, baby. I can smell money. I can smell that money. I'm taking the top right there. I'm out. How to make $500 in 15 minutes, man. The book by Sam Price. Read it today at Barnes & Noble's. It's on the shelf. Second aisle on the left. I'll see you over there. I'll be sitting there with an espresso on that, those little comfy couches they got. You'll see me in Barnes & Noble's reading my own book. Hey, how you been? You want me to sign it? Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. I hope my jokes are funny. I don't know if they are. I never planned to be funny. My mom told me I was funny, but that was about it. My wife told me I wasn't funny. I refuse to believe her. I'd rather believe my mother. So, shout out to you, Mom. I know I'm funny. Mom. I love you, Mom. Hey, she used to laugh. Me and her when I spent time with my mom, all we did was laugh and have fun. My mom was the nicest person you've ever met in your life. She was a golden heart, a golden soul. She's the reason I can be so upbeat and kind and loving, because my mother loved me so much. I know how to love, man. And love is the strongest frequency in the world. Let's give it up for the love, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's give it up for the love, man. You know what I mean? And honestly, I sell early. This thing's probably going to continue to pump. Win another trade here on this week's trade. Look at this thing. And if you didn't trade that one, you could have traded this one. I tell you, all my students took this trade. I mean, if you didn't take this trade, then you don't know Sam Price, right? But that was a beautiful setup. You have to remember, we have the double bottom on the 1 hour time frame too. That expresses a bigger move. Why did I sell that? Because I know I can get back in later. Because I don't have to stress. Because when you boom that far on the high stochastics, look, I like to get in on low stochastics near the 21. I like to sell on high stochastics away from the 21. Sound like a broken record? Yeah. I've been doing this over and over and over again. Did I wake up at 5? Am I on 4 hours of sleep? Am I in another state that I'm barely ever in? How am I doing this? Because I sit and do the same thing over and over again. You can do this too. I know I sound like I'm talking about myself, but I'm talking about you. Because I'm just a trader living inside the skeleton of a man. And I just want you to see the trader life through me. So try to extrapolate the me. When you hear me say me, just extrapolate the ego. Try to push it out of your mind and say, this man is just showing us what the life of a trader really is. And this is a reality TV show of my life. Where I go, how I do it, how I survive. Look, this thing's probably going to moon. And we called it, even, dude, this morning, my youngest student, you know what he says? My youngest student. Right here. Perfect sell, he says. Okay, time for a double bottom. Back to the upside. He knew it. He saw it at 6:49 in the morning, man. 20 years old, man. Just a few months ago. This kid is rocking, man. I'm so proud of him. He's going to be the richest. He's going to be the first. He's going to hit $1 million. First person in his generational tree. He's going to hit $1 million at the youngest age. He's going to break barriers, man. He's going to break barriers. He believes in himself. He stays away from drugs and alcohol. The kid is on point, man. He's 20 years old. I had to go through years of drugs and alcohol abuse. You know what I mean? Because I grew up with it in my house. I saw my dad drinking all the time. Whatever. I can't blame him, but you know what I mean? My influences weren't the best. They were Irish and they were hard. But my dad also was good to me. And he also used to tell me, my best friends don't drink, And he'd always tell me, it's like my dad would love to have quit because he would be like, oh, this guy hasn't had a drink in years, He'd love to tell me about his friends that didn't have anything to drink. Then I met one of his buddies, too. He called Crazy G. He used to actually loan money. Like, if you were on the street, you need $100,000, he could get it for you back in the day. This is in, the 60s and the 50s, back in the neighborhood my dad grew up in. And it's funny, I moved back home. This is a true story. My dad grew up with this guy, Crazy G, all right? And my dad doesn't talk about, the hard stuff. He just kind of, he lets you know the dude was the dude, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, that's Crazy G. Crazy G used to drive around with Crazy G on his license plate in this giant Cadillac, right? So he's buying a new Cadillac when my dad brings me over to see him. This is 5 years ago, 2 years before my dad died. And he's like, I'm getting a new Cadillac. He's like, I got to get a license plate for it. He's like, what do you think I'm going to put on? And I'm like, he's like, I don't know. You can't do Crazy G. And he looked at me. He's like, it's going to be G Crazy. What are you, stupid? And a few weeks later, he has a Cadillac with G Crazy on it. And I was like, this guy's the man. Look, we just sold that local top on the pump. I could tell you when it's going to go sideways. I could tell you. And now we can get back in again if the 21 comes and touches price action. You see? You have to remember, we got the double bottom cooking on the 1 hour time frame. We have this one going. We don't have to be greedy, folks. I'm already up $600 with these two trades. Never mind, we made damn near 25, 2,600 last night. So as long as you keep shoveling the money on top of the money, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it. You know what I mean? More than likely. We might make a flag like this. We might make a sideways flag. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. All I know is we just everyone that shorted that double top cat ears, it did look like cat ears. Why didn't I short it? Because I have a system that tells me what to do, and I listen to it. That's why. Sending my regards to all the lifers. I'll see you next week in Miami, Sam. We'll have a great time. By the way, we're extending the ROLEX campaign until the end of May. Thank you so much for doing that, to make sure people really understand. I really wanted to give them away on the 10th, but I'm happy to extend. I'm very happy to extend. I hope my man sitting right across from me may be one of the people that gets to win that ROLEX, man. You know what I mean? I would love that if he's one of them, man. I wanted to make, one of my good friends is a police officer. I wanted to show him how to trade and at least do a couple trades for him and see if he could, you know what I mean? A lot of hardworking people follow me, care about the lifers. And let's just talk about that for a split second. Shout out to Guillermo Muck in the house, man. God bless you, brother. And look, now this trade is struggling a little bit. It's not perfect, right? It's why I sold, man. You see, it's also a false move Monday, which is like, dude, take your 500. If you make 500, you saw that we technically went sideways. We really made the 500 in like 2 minutes. Like, we were in the trade for 10 minutes, but nothing happened, and then boom, boom, boom. I've learned my lessons now. When price action moves that fast, it's a short squeeze. And when you get a short squeeze, you always get some type of punchback because you're only going up. It's like a monkey who's grabbing like the highest pair of fruit. He's going after those 2 coconuts. You know, I'm just messing you. But he's going to grab the coconuts, you know what I mean? And, sorry, I had to. I'm so wrong. But, you know, and, you know you laughed. You chuckled. Maybe not. Maybe you thought it was distasteful. I don't know. Hey, Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, I get no respect over here. I get no respect. Huh? My wife, you know. She told me, how come you don't take me no place I've never been, huh? So I took her to the kitchen, eh? It always gets me going, man. Sorry to the ladies. That just always gets me going, man. It's like, the guy is hilarious, bro. Like, what a joke. Like, you know, I love that other one. Like, what did the wise man say to his wife? Nothing, because he was a wise man, man. You know what I mean? You learn that after you're 40 years old, this stuff makes a lot more sense, too. You know what I mean? Once you've lived with a woman for 20 years. I've been married to my wife for 20 years. And we still make love like it was the first time ever. I know it's too much information, but I just want to let you know, man, that's the type of relationship you should have, man. She's like, oh, man, I miss my wife so much. She's so special, so beautiful, so spiritual. Yeah, look, it was a flag like this. You see? This one's a little tougher to figure out on the smaller time frames today. There's heavy pressure on the 1 hour. And there's a lot of times, too. You see how I did this on the 1 minute? It was a beautiful flag. You saw that? And it was supposed to go the length of the base of the triangle. See? This is what's called the measured move. And look, I mean, that's exactly how do you get the measured move? You just take the base. You go from here to here. When they're this wide, I don't go for this wide width. I go for this nice width. You know what I mean? And you place it right there. I mean, that's big. You got 96% of that move. Like, so if you've been watching the channel, this is the channel that actually shows people how to make money. Look, there's a reason. A lot of other crypto channels struggled. A lot of live streams struggled. You got to give the people something. You can't just show up and middleman. You got to give them something. So every single day, I provide you guys with either value or a live trade, right? There's days where I won't live trade. And I didn't know I was going to live trade. With 10 minutes ago, I didn't know. I had just sat down. I just got out the Uber, man. But the point is, if you push yourself, there's opportunity for the people that believe there is opportunity. There's always opportunity for people that believe there's opportunity. There's never opportunity for people that don't believe there's opportunity. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. You're in control. You're controlling this reality in such a big way, you don't realize it. They know this, the powers that be, you know, the Freemasons, you know, all these people that know how to use sacred geometry, and they know all these things. They know. Boaz and Joaquin, the 2 pillars, right? If you know what I'm talking about. Boaz and Joaquin. But so the idea behind this is they get you into their reality creating by forcing their ideas into your brain. Next thing you know, you're helping their reality in a way. You see? You have to step out the matrix and create your own reality. You have to realize that you're creating your own reality. It's so insane. Like, I could go to work and say I can only take a job that's been given and I can get into the matrix. Or I could say I can create any job I want, step out the matrix and just start doing whatever I want. I started just making a YouTube channel, doing whatever I want. Look what happened. So, my friends and family, you're here to learn how to trade, but you're also here to learn to get out of that matrix, man. And to go after your dreams. Become the person you always believed you could become. Because you know deep in your heart there's something bigger on the other side. You know that you're not meant for that 9-to-5 button clicking, taking the bus every day or the train, and just, you know, you're not meant for that. You're meant to be great. You're meant to challenge the minds of men. You're meant to ask, hey, is that really what's going on? It's okay to ask if the earth is square. Is the earth square? Is the earth a triangle? You know, I'm messing with you, but you know what I mean? It's okay to ask questions, folks. It's okay to find out different information. This thing looks like it's going to continue to pump. I'm getting antsy on it, though. Dude, perfect trades in Vegas, man. So far, so good. I can't believe, and again, I don't risk a lot. Like, I'm not heavy risk. You see? So if I, you know what I mean? What if I lost $3,000 today and then I had to go walk around the convention? That's not fun. I don't want to do that. Call my wife, tell her I lost. Like, if I lost, I want to lose a little bit of what I already made and keep it moving. You know what I mean? I don't want to stress. And see how I keep changing it? You're like, oh, you keep changing the pattern. This is evolution, man. This isn't trading. This is Kung Fu. And I said this the other day to my trading group. I said, this isn't trading. This is Kung Fu. What does Kung Fu mean? It means, like, you know, the guy's coming at you. You might have a plan, but you got to change it when he moves his leg to the right. Playing chess is the similar, when you're trading, you're playing chess. You don't know what the chess player you're sitting across is going to do. All you know is how you can react to what he does. Agreed? And if you have somewhat of a plan, look, that's a rising wedge. It tells me that the 1 hour is really strong on these smaller time frames. Looks like we're going to pump up to 78,622 for BTC. And shout out to, I see some people that are still in that long trade that I gave. And I got excited by that. Let me get back to the top-down analysis. Forgot that I just left the top-down there. So back to Kevin Warsh. I believe when Kevin Warsh comes in and assumes, which I believe this is the last one that Jerome Powell gets to be, you know, right? This is it. Look, it's 100%. It's so funny, right? Not even a question. It's like 99, 96. It's like guaranteed no rate cut, right? Let's kind of move in to see what July and June. And then we have a break, right? We have a big break. We have May off. You know, they take a whole 95%. They'll be, but look, it starts to creep in, just at least a 4.8. Let's take a look at what July says. July says it starts to go back the other way. Let's see September. September, you keep getting more. And let's see October. October, I feel like a rate cut will come. And so you can see it's more, you know. And by December, it still stays strong. No rate cut, though. It's interesting. I'll tell you what, Kevin Morse keeps saying that he's not into balance sheet manipulation. He's more into rate cuts. So Jerome Powell wouldn't cut the rate, but he would definitely quantitative ease. He would buy a bunch of securities. He would prop up the market. What does that do? It makes people that own stocks make a bunch of money, which is the richest percent of the population, right? Interest rate helps the smallest percent of the population. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize this. So, like, again, it's all, you know, there's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve. It's a private entity, and it has no reserves. Isn't that crazy? It prints money out of thin air. It's insanity. This is all true. You can figure it out, whether you believe me or not. Anyway, the 2-week chart. We don't want to see this close, right? If it does, we have to assume that something is happening, and that would be a bearish sign. This candle has to close green in the next 2 weeks. And I feel like it's going to close somewhere up here around 87,000. It's looking, whatever I feel doesn't matter, but the charts convey we're going to get a nice move here on the 2-week chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. What a stream already, huh? Wow. I don't know if it was the coffee, it was the lemons, or it was the green tea. I had all three. Something's got me cooking. Maybe it's the trilogy. You know what I mean? Maybe it's that. So, look, resistance, double bottom. And I just want to keep showing these ideas that I talk about here on X.com. Oh, yeah, X doesn't like the weapons either, man. So resistance, I mean, that's a beautiful double bottom. Again, we don't want to see the weekly close green, but you definitely want to see the weekly, not close at tweezer top. Like, we don't want to see that. That's not what we're looking for, all right? Just want to jump on into the chat, make sure I'm seeing everything. Shout out to everybody here, man. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Let's get that chat rate pumping. Let's go. Let's go. All right. You had all three. Wow, you're flying. I know, right? Where's my man that says drink more water? He's like, that's me. I always tell you to drink more water. You know? Okay. So we don't want to see the weekly close, but look, it tapped above the 21. The last time the weekly got above the 21, that was it. We were gone right there. It never went back below it. It wicked right there, but that was a solid candle. Same thing here. We got above the 21-day moving average. Here we got above it. We never really went lower. When you get above the 21 on the weekly, man, look, sparks fly, man. Right there we pumped. Right there we pumped. That was pandemic. We would have stayed above it. So be it. We got above there. That was your perfect entry. So the weekly 21, okay, and the 5-day 200, they go hand in hand. And when both of these things happen together, you got to start paying attention, folks. I told you this is a big deal when the 5-day closes above the 200. I showed you that it made massive moves every time. I can't say it's going to happen 100%, but I got to lean towards 80, 90, that it's more likely. All right? Again, we don't want to see tweezer tops there. We don't want to see red. We just don't want to see that. All right? Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. 3-day chart looks pretty good to me. Okay? Some wickage there. It's struggling, but there's your 21. And you're back above 3-day resistance, which became support. 75,000 is 3-day resistance now. Support, so sorry. 75K. You close a 3-day candle below 75,000, I would have to start thinking this is some type of fake out. Here's your bearish scenario. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, folks? That's your bearish scenario. Let's always have it. You know, I never want to be a perma bull. I never want to be a perma bear. I just want to be a trader that takes advantage of whatever this market does. If I can short next week and make money, I'd love to do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the plan. That's the idea. So this is, this could be, a lot of wicks there. That, let me flip it upside down and see if it looks a little funky to me. Yeah, like you could almost see that bounce back up. You could see, that's it. You got to kind of watch that. And the 3 days getting a little overbought after being down from the lows. Like we went from 60K all the way back to 80,000 basically. I mean, that's a 30% gain for Bitcoin since February 9th. I mean, that's substantial. It's a $1.5 trillion asset. Like, you gotta, that's a big deal. Let's take a look at the daily now. The daily is actually the one time frame that I like the most right now. And I'll tell you why. Few key indications here on the daily that I'm looking at. One thing I don't love is we're starting to make a bear div on the daily. It's not a great sign, folks. I have to be honest with you. However, when you're very bullish, you can fight off bearish divergence. So here's the deal. Let me go back to that live trade. Let's go. Oh, they dumped it. Look at that. False move Monday, right? Look, I'm going to move my stop loss. I can only lose like $50. Right below the 200 moving average. You see this? Another line. Believe in me. Funny song. Gets me going, though. This is the instrumental of it, so. You can sing along in your head, all right? You just might. You just might. You watch the stream long enough, right? And Sean, I don't know if that was the link. Let me see. Yeah, it is. That's the link. And everyone, if you sign up to BTCC, which was the best CEX centralized exchange in 2025, and this is actually going to get extended. They're going to extend this to the end of May. One more month. So trade and win a rollie, man. 3 winners, 3 iconic watches. The more you trade, the higher your volume, the more you're likely you will get picked, right? So, you want to trade a little more, but it's okay. Just make a couple trades, see what happens, throw your hat in the ring. I'd like to tweak it to say, hey, whoever trades, just like, let's see if we could just, we should reward people, though, that if like a higher P&L, stuff like that. We'll look for combined P&L with, with higher, with a higher volume. But look at this. I mean, it's still a possible rising wedge. Now, remember, rising wedges can break down 68% of the time right to where they began. So your measured move would take you right down here. And then you do have resistance, which became support at about 75K. So are we about to drop to 75,000 or are we going to continue to pump? The daily's got bear div on my indicator, the stochastics RSI with divs. If you want to use this indicator, it's really good. Works really well. You type in RSI and then stochastics RSI with divs by neobutane. That thing gives you the divergences that you might not be able to see. I already see them and I call them out, but it helps. It helps. And let's just show you the MACD there, a little too tight. MACD's a little extended too as well on that daily time frame. The 21's a little far away. So here's the deal. We flag out, just like we flagged out the 1 minute earlier today. You saw how we did that, and even last night. You flag out the daily. Flagging out is amazing. All you do is flag things out, and when they fill the flag, you take the trade. It's so simple. Like, a lot of people just can't project, and they can't sit on. See, the reason why most people can't use my strategy is lack of focus. It's not lack of ability. It's just lack of discipline and focus. Like, you have to be like, all right, I'm going to flag the flag out, and I'm going to check on it every night at 8 p.m. and see how it flagged out. Otherwise, So, and you're like, Sam, but why not short it? Why not take the short right now with the tweezer top? It tells you that if this closes green, you could short this, or you could, it's funny. Look, people shorted here, and they went after the late shorts. Look, they wicked it right above that wick. So last night we hit the high, or that day they hit the high. Everyone shorted. You waited. They clipped those people. They clipped them like, I'll clip you just like your daddy. I hate that line, man, in that movie. I'll clip you just like your daddy. I can't say what he said he was going to clip, but he's like, I'll clip you just like I did to your daddy. If you know that's the town, you know what I mean? With Ben Affleck. But, man, I'm Irish. I'm from Boston. That movie resonates with me. He gets revenge on that old man. I'll tell you what, though. He clips that dude. So, anyway, shout out to everybody, man. Let's stay in the love vibration. But, hey, man, times are tough sometimes, you know? You gotta defend yourself. So, possible short here. I don't love it. I really don't. Maybe if you close below here, we short from 77.1 back to 75. I'm still wary of the short for some reason. I can't. Maybe it's trader instinct. We're pretty close to the 21. You know, the daily usually gets really far away, and we're kind of riding with it, which tells me there's a chance that we hold this support at 77,350. Let's take a look at that trade again. They took me out at basically break even. I barely lost any money. Could have taken it, and look, it didn't. You know, rising wedges break down. It did break down. And look, if you didn't take that trade off the table like I did, a lot of people probably got in and round trip this trade because they thought maybe there's more coming. I just pay the trader, folks. I just pay the trader, right? I pay the trader, man. There's nothing else you can do but pay the trader. So are we going to go down today? Is this going to turn into a dump? The Bitcoin conference is notoriously known for dumping, or for Bitcoin to be dumping, but usually not until like the second or the third day. It's only the first day. Last year it pumped for 2 days, I believe, and then it started to dump again. It's also right towards the end of May, or when May begins. And I got a video coming out about why you may not want to sell in May. We're going to talk about that too as well, just to kind of put things in perspective, all right? But the daily, man, I want to see that get tight. Let's take a look at the 22. I like the 22. Why? A couple times in my life, the daily didn't show me what I needed, and I zoomed out to the 22, and I got some deep insight. And I was able to make some serious trades. I can actually show you when this happened, but I think it'll take me so much time. Maybe towards the end, if I have a chance, I'll add that to the stream. It's an extracurricular idea. I may not get a chance. The 21's just way too close to price action. I see sideways price action in a breakout, folks. That's what I see happening. I could be wrong, but it just looks likely. It looks good to me. Looks like we've broken above a key level on the weekly and the bigger time frames, and we're going to hold that, consolidate. It does look like it might take till, I don't know, Wednesday night. Might even be Thursday when we get the pump. We could go sideways for a few days now. That's what Bitcoin's been doing, right? Pumping sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 22-hour candles. Same thing, pumping, consolidating here, pumping, consolidating, pumping, right? I could be terribly wrong. I can't say I'm 100% because I never have been 100%. I wish I could be. I wish I was a robot that never missed a call or a trade, but that just would be impossible, right? If I told you I never missed, I'd be a liar. So I may miss. There's going to be a day, and you're like, but Sam, you're on a hot streak. I get on streaks where I'm like 90% accurate for like weeks at a time. I really do. Then there's a day I'm not, and I'm like, I get in a state of shock because I'm like, dude, I nailed it. How did we not nail it? We nail it as a team too. You guys hit it. We all help each other make moves. Shout out to the Blues guy, man. You become a great addition to the stream, bro. I've never seen someone so attentive, posting so much about what we do here on the channel, man. Trading is 99%, waiting and patience 1%, execution 100%, man. Sideways till Wednesday for the rate check. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. We go side, and I believe the rate cut's going to be a nothing burger. We already know it's not going to be nothing, and we already know it's Jerome Powell's last hurrah. Isn't it Kevin? I think Kevin Warsh is going to be the Fed. He may not confirmed until the end of May. I can ask Grok that question and get the answer for you guys. Could you find that out for me, man? If Kevin Warsh is going to be like in the next meeting on Wednesday? I don't think so, but I thought that was Jerome Powell's last meeting, man. Thank you, brother. All right, let's take a look at the 8-hour time frame. 8-hour looks good to me. It's starting to form somewhat of a double bottom. It is cat ears. It is a little bearish. And it's weird. Normally, I would tell you that we should short that. But the 8-hour is still kind of oversold, too. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, a really go-to time frame right now. Yeah, look at the 4-hour. Took a dump right back to the low stochastics. When you're in bearish tones, the dumps won't be as bad. And a lot of people are going to short this double top. So there's a lot of short liquidity now up here. And I'm surprised we don't have more on BOOKMAP. Well, it's starting to come in now. It's starting to come in now. You see how it's starting to get thicker? I project this to get thicker and thicker and thicker and then we'll get a bigger move. I project this to get thicker. All right. Bitcoin Vegas 2026, the Blues guy. Yeah, jump on in. There's still a chance to buy tickets to Bitcoin Las Vegas, folks. We have a link right here. You can click on it right there. All right. Yeah, so May 15th, he officially takes over, so he'll be on the June meeting. Everyone, if you type on in and get a pass, if you want to jump on in, if you finally said, you know what, I'm coming. I just hit a big trade. Now I can pay for this, Sam. You gave us the big trade. Now I can get in. Might have happened to somebody. A real story. Get a pass. Use the LIFER code for a discount. I'll see you there, man. I'll see you there. I can't wait to see whoever's going. The 27th to the 29th. It's today. Today is pro day. Where it's like a little bit of a setup. People can hang out. You can still go, but tomorrow is going to be the bigger day. Tomorrow I'm wearing the Bitcoin tie and the blue suit. You know what I mean? I retired the peacock suit. The peacock blue suit. Retired it. I won't be having it on. Wow, they're dumping this thing. See, now you're losing the 1 minute here on the... And see how I lost no money today trading? I made money even though, look, a lot of people got wrecked. They chased this and then lost a bunch of money. I'm sorry. And then they say, oh, Sam's trying... You gotta execute with precision if you're gonna follow me. You gotta demo trade with me for about a few months if you really want to start taking my trades. Because if you don't demo trade, thank you so much for the likes. And please leave a comment or a super chat. If you leave a super chat, it'll send a bunch of balls into this jar, and this jar will explode. It'll be kind of fun. Shout out to my mom and dad. They're on this little dove here next to me down there. That's Daisy and Finn. My mom and dad had these nicknames when they passed, man. So, you know, could it be time to short? Should we short this? I'm in between right now. Honestly, I got to be honest. The 1 hour just took a turn for the worst and looks like a head and shoulder pattern. See, like, this candle was green and it stayed green. This was a move. Look, that's a head and shoulder, no? I don't know if we just got some strange news on the Strait of Hormuz. Let's see that too. Latest news. That doesn't look good to me. That looks like you're going to dump, folks. I kind of want to jump into a short now. Oh, my God. I just missed a massive dump. And look, you lose the 200. Just like when you gain the 200, you pump up. When you lose the 200, it's the same story. It's like the same. It's like, so now, look, if you want to short the market, you trade my model upside down now. We flip it upside down. We do the same thing. We wait for the 21 to get into price, and now we can short. So now you go grab the short tool. And this is just, you know what I mean? This is like upside down work. It doesn't matter which way we look at it. And you want to put that stop below the 200 if you can. So now, look, I'm looking for this. If this flags out, then we know we could take a short. Do exactly what I did earlier and get the short pump down to, or down, the short dump down to 76,000. Right? And see, you're like, Sam, but you can, yes, I'm able to, I'm in a kung fu fight. I was going to use my left hand, but then the guy moved his right leg up, and now I have to use my right hand. Like, I got to change the scenario. I can't just do whatever I want. That's not how it works, folks. Sad to say, that's how it goes. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is, man. So there you have it. I treat a trade like 7-Up. Never have, never will. So can we see this thing turn into, or we bounce right back? If we bounce right back above the 200, I'm back to long again. Interesting, right? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Damn, that looks like a head and shoulder pattern, though. Could you try to wedge it into a falling wedge and say, no, it's going to break out of this wedge to the upside? It's a bit of a stretch. It is False Move Monday, so I'm always going to be a little weary of what's happening. Shout out to everyone that came to Bitcoin Vegas and still woke up for my stream at the right time. You people are blessed. Negotiations stalled as President canceled a planned trip to Envoy. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to Pakistan for direct peace talks with Iran. Trump stated the U.S. has all the cards and that Iranian leaders can call the White House if they wish to negotiate, while insisting that Iran cannot possess a nuclear weapon as a condition for any deal. Despite the diplomatic freeze, tensions over the Strait of Hormuz continue to escalate. Iran has seized multiple cargo ships and laid mines in the waterway, prompting Trump to order U.S. military to shoot and kill any Iranian boat. A new proposal for Tehran reportedly fell short of Washington's red lines, leading Trump to describe Iran's latest offer as insufficient. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi shuttled between mediators in Pakistan and Oman before traveling to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin, as Iran rules out direct talks with the U.S., while the U.S. maintains its blockade of the Iranian ports. Talking to Putin, huh? Interesting, man. They all go to Putin for some reason. It's like he's this like gap between, right? It's like, yeah, it's interesting to see. A lot of people like look to him for whatever reason. Even though they're chewing Russian shoulders down by like, I think 500,000 Russian soldiers have been killed in Ukraine. Like he sends them in a wave, man. It's crazy how they fight. The Russians are just relentless. They just like, they send human life into complete just shrapnel, man. It's nuts. Like that's how they think they win war. Just send bodies on bodies. I love the Russians. Act strong people, good people. My two closest friends were Russian Jews. They were nice guys, man. Taught me a lot. Were awesome. Were on point. Cared about, just came from good upbringings, So interesting, man. Is this head and shoulder going to dump, or are they going to rip this right back? This is a false move Monday for sure. Definitely got me kind of like, and see, I can be confused. I cannot have any idea what exactly is going to happen, and I can still make money. You don't have to be right. You just have to know how to get paid. They're two different things, right? I mean, if you think about it too, that's a cup and handle. You see it? This is crazy. There's a cup and handle here. So we're still kind of figuring this out. We don't have a decisive idea just yet. We're playing around with price action. What we do know is we set a trap for a possible short. If this fills out the flag, then we know we got ourselves a short. We already know exactly how to short it and when. Keep our stop below the 200 if the 21 crosses. So let's put in the digits here. So you click on short. Very simple. You just click the button differently. Your take profit's obviously going to be 76,082. And it's nice to flip the chart upside down if you're used to being bullish, because everything will just kind of make sense. You can flip this upside down because it makes you see the stop loss better. And the stop loss is at 77,789, right? I'm not going to take this right now. I'm not saying I'm guaranteed to take this. I'm just starting to see what's possible, right? Could go 1,500 for 18 and catch a nice short. Now, if this doesn't fill out and we make a big back move up, then I take the next trade. My system is the best way to keep you from doing the wrong thing. I really think it's the best thing to keep you from doing the wrong thing, right? It almost looks like I'm too perfect some days. You're like, how did he figure this out? Not do that, then do that. Because the trading system will make you so disciplined. If you want it bad enough, you can catch it. Now, if that keeps disappearing, you don't want that to disappear, go to style. It always shows stats. That won't disappear. I don't like it disappearing. It annoys me a little bit. I like to see my parameters on the trade. So, yes, we are upside down right now. Oh, no, we weren't. This is upside down. So we're going to see what happens here. I may end up taking this short. I don't like this short Monday morning. I'll be honest. I can't remember the last time I shorted Monday morning, but, it's definitely something we have to pay attention to. For sure. 100%. Wow, man. 8:10 here in Las Vegas in the morning. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at coin market cap. I want to see if any altcoins are flying. We have seen some altcoins going up recently. Rivcoin with a massive pump. Ravecoin with absolute insane pumps, right? Both with an R, both with a V. Kind of strange, right? But we've been seeing that market movement. See, in the last hour, is anything moving that we should be paying attention to? Putty Penguins back to a penny. Up 36% in a week. All right, Aave recovering from that strange move down, really. We gave you ZBCN Network. Let's take a look at it. I talked about it on the daily. Let's take a look at ZBCN Network. I gave this on the daily. Let's see how the trade ended up playing out. So my daily trade continues to rip, and it's going to the target. I gave this to the trading group. This is something we talked about. Why? It's just like I took the 1 minute. Look, this looks exactly. Let me do something for you right now. So blow your mind. Let's flip this back up. Look, my trading style can be traded on every single time frame. Look, ascending triangle, flat top, moving up, 21 above the 200. You get in, you catch the pump, right? That's the 1 minute on Bitcoin. How doesn't this look exactly like ZBCN? Ascending triangle, flat top, diagonal bottom, 21 catches price, and the 21's catching. I mean, there you get it tight, and the stochastics are low when you get in. I'm telling you, man, if you can do this on any time frame you want, it's crazy. And there's ZBCN about to go up from entry. ZBCN Network, man, what a move. And we called this out. It was one of the trades that we could see was likely going to make a move to the upside. Let's take a look at Total 3, which is the entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And see if we're, so we're not getting a huge move in altcoins. You can see it's more centered on a few different coins. But man, if Bitcoin can hold a key level here, thank you so much for that like button. Keep it in the likes, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. I mean, what we're looking for is this thing to break out. Maybe 2-3 more days. So it's telling us either this week we break out or we cat ears and we go into a lower low. I'm just being honest. Like, it could happen. We could be kind of bear flagging here that drops. So key that in like 2 weeks from time at the very most, we're back above 753 billion. Otherwise, it definitely shows signs of weakness for the bulls. But that's a cup and handle for these altcoins with a measured move, a beautiful gap of the VRVP back up to $839 billion. So I like what I'm seeing there. I believe there's opportunity for these altcoins. Let's see in the last 24 hours what's pumped. So ZBCN, we nailed it. We gave that to you like 6-7 days ago. DEXE, I gave you guys DEXE at $3.50. I went over it so many times. And this is one of my best calls ever, man. Really, seriously. DEXE. It hit a high of 16. I gave it to you right there. Same exact idea. The 21 above the 200 inside the flag. I can't stress enough how much these flag. And look, they don't stop hunt the trend line. A trend line's a trend line, man. And I was giving you it down here at $3. That was when I first gave it to the group at $3.50. This thing never stopped. I don't know what's going on. I can't explain it. But it obviously has a use case. People obviously understand what's going on and they like it. I'll be honest, look. This is above the 200 on the 21. This is exactly what we just did this morning. Just a little, it's not an ascending. It's more of like a bull pennant. This tells me this may be a beautiful trade right here with a stop on the other side of the 200 moving average. I like what I'm seeing here for ZBCN. You could trade it on the 2 hour. Put your stop below this wick and the 200. It is a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. It's not a 3-to-1. I do prefer 3-to-1s, but I still like this. This asset's just been better than the rest. It's been doing pretty good. So it tells me to pay attention. It tells me there's some opportunity here. All right. Shout out to the beautiful people here. We have 12,000 people here in the stream. Can you believe that, everyone? 12,000 people on the stream. I can't believe that. One of the biggest streams of my entire life right now. God bless everybody here, man. This is unbelievable. Thank you for being here. I project this beauty. I project the greatness. I project the love. And I will live stream from the event. Maybe not today, probably tomorrow to give you guys in the mix. But I will be live streaming from the event. I'll take you through the event as if you came yourself. So, hey, save yourself a plane ticket. I'll take you right in to Bitcoin Conference, all right? I have a great system of how I can live stream it. I'm ready to go. I bought myself Osmo. I'm staying in the same hotel, so I can just grab equipment whenever I need. It's awesome. Oil on the 4-hour model, Byron. Let's take a look at U.S. oil here and see what's happening. So Bitcoin collapsing, not looking good. Short is now coming into play here. See what I'm saying? Actually might even be a little quicker now. And so look, we're starting to see the model play out now upside down. It's just maybe one of the first times where I could play the model twice on the 1 minute in front of you, both ways. And that's when you're going to realize how versatile my system is. Like, it can really dictate, because if it's going to happen bullish, then it has to happen bearish. Right? If it's dark somewhere, it has to be night. If it's night, it has to be dark. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to the 12,000 beautiful people here on the live. Unbelievable. YouTube isn't showing the real number. I found this new code. It's telling me there's 12,000 people watching. Yeah. Yeah. I know you don't believe me, but there's 12,000 people here, man. I know. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Super chat, RRR, and oil. Let's take a look at oil here, right here. Let's take a look at oil. And I like trading that oil, that WT, not that Brent. It's got more volume, right? Yeah, you're right. And look at that. I mean, it was kind of a double bottom backwards, almost an Adam and Eve on the 1 minute there. It is showing the model on the 1 minute. And look, there's the model again. Look, you could have traded oil earlier today. Got in right when the 21 touch price, stopped below the 200, paid. I found a really good way to trade this market. Nobody taught it to me. My mentor didn't know this. He has since passed. He would love to see what I'm doing with the stuff he taught me. He taught me the moving averages. He taught me the retest. He taught me how to buy retest. He taught me supportive resistance. He taught me trend analysis. The man was amazing. Shout out to Crypto Revolution. Chris, man, if you ever were a part of him, knew what he was about, God bless him, man. He made a video every single day. He taught me consistency more than anything else. I took the torch from him. It's like he passed it to me, and now I'm running with it, man. And so shout out to everybody that kicks it or that knew about Crypto Revolution. Special, man. He has a special place in my heart. May God keep him safe. May he enter heaven. He was a good man, dear Lord. May I pray for his soul. Amen. Bro, someone tried to steal your whole swag. They're wearing the suits, using the same color that you use for your graphic and all. Who is it, man? Your whole swag, they want... Who cares, man? You know what? I'm flattered. Someone's always going to try to emulate me, man. Yeah. When you're a trendsetter, yeah. Yeah, crypto, yeah, please hit the like. Yeah, I do not provide financial advice. This is just a reality TV show of my life and what's going on. You know what I mean? My first trading group back in 2020. Oh, that's crazy, man. I think was I? Yeah. Shout out to my boy Sammy Cup and Handy. Biomex, man, I love you, bro. Thank you for being here. God bless you, bro. Had a great night last night. Dude, that smash burger was the best burger I've had in years. My goodness. I love y'all. Sam, what if someone puts USDT in Bitcoin and trade using the coin, considering we are near the bottom? Yeah, you can also trade the USD pair, BTC USD. I used to trade that pair all the time, actually, a lot. I actually kind of forgot about that pair. It's funny. Dude, oil looks like it could pump. Do we take a trade on oil now? I mean, I could trade anything that tells me it looks like this. See, my system's so amazing because I could just stare at thousands of charts and it'll tell me what to trade every day. I don't even need to know the name of the asset. It doesn't even matter. There's always going to be someone doing something, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's not even worth my time to pay attention to that stuff. You know what I mean? It really isn't. Yeah. And may God bless them, man. You know, there's room for everybody out here, man. There's abundance out here. Second you start thinking there's scarcity, there is. So, like, there's room for everybody. All right? There's room for everyone that wants to work hard. There's not room for people that want to just sit on their butt, but there's room for people that want to work hard in every industry. So if you have a plan and you got an idea, something you want to bring to the table, man, bring it. Bring it, baby, bring it. $96,741 here on that short stop. Ooh. Oh, yeah, oil's so small that it's hard. You can't get in for small money. Like, let's see. Is my lever, how high is my lev? Something ain't right now. Oh, yeah, look, I'm putting in Bitcoin prices. They didn't, look at this. You gotta, it's so funny, right? The order book, I'm putting the price of Bitcoin. You saw that, 98,000? Like, it's so funny, man. I'm wondering why it's saying like 400 grand for like, you know you're jet lagged when? When? You know. And look, I already lost, dude. See, you got to get in there. Look, that changes it from a 3-to-1, 3.7 to 2.39. That one move. That's how precise I am. I don't think people realize how insane I calculate the risk. A lot of people call me the best risk management trader on YouTube, man. The way I cut the trade off small, the way I look for the positional strength, the way I draw the flag, because this is important. How you make your entries is going to make your whole life, right? So now we want shoulder, head, right, shoulder. It did break out. Look, I should have taken the short. I didn't. Man, my attention span, right? And there it is, man. The short is playing out beautifully. I was about to take it. I had a lapse of attention when I went to oil. It's all right. My key is to help you guys. Like, even if I don't hit, my key is to help you guys. You know? So it would be 98.10. The stop would be 96.741. Type it in the numbers. I'm like, dude, doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why am I going for thousands and thousands? Dang, I just missed the oil trade, man. I can't believe that. Like, I had them both. Like, I should have shorted Bitcoin and traded oil. I had them both, man. I just, like, my brain isn't, I got to be really fast. Dude, I also thought I would get a right shoulder. I didn't. So it seems like something happened with the Strait of Hormuz right now, right? It seems like there's something going on that's pressuring oil to go back to the upside. Remember I gave you the oil trade down here in this inverted head and shoulder. Said it was going to rip up to the 4-hour 200 moving average. It looked just like this, actually. But look, this morning, there was a 1-minute inverted. All you have to know is your patterns, folks. They're going to tell you what's going to happen. You trade that right shoulder with a measured move to the upside. I hope some of you got into that oil trade or the Bitcoin short. What's up, buddy? You want to come say hi? Everyone, Rob from Sin City Crypto is here. He gave me a beautiful desk, man. Holding it down.
What's happening?
You see where you're at there. How's your morning, dude?
Great, man. I brought you some pastries. I got some pastries out there.
You're the man, dude. Could I get another espresso shot? I'm like,
shot, yeah.
I'm dying out here.
Yeah.
Like,
I can make a cappuccino, you want?
nah, just a little banger, man. You got the Irish flag, little.
Dude, I saw you crush that trade early this morning. First thing,
yeah.
10 minutes, bro.
It's crazy, right?
A monster.
That was
what a breakout.
Now they're dumping us right off the bat.
But you sold right away, bro.
I did, yeah.
Like,
it was amazing, man.
That was money, bro.
It was.
Money. That was good.
It was awesome, man. You do that once a day, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And he killed it last night too. So.
Yeah, we took it last night. Like, hey, man, I show and prove, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not easy. Like, it's not easy. Like, your mind's always trying to second guess stuff, and it's getting in your head. And you have to just tell yourself, like, this isn't real. This is real. And that's the battle. Like, and I still battle that every day. Like, that doesn't go away. Like, you get better at trading. The only thing is you know that when you stop listening to yourself, it's worked out, right? Like what I think is BS, man. Like, you know, it looks like it's going to dump now. No, like, assess the market. Take it from the bigger time frames to the smaller. Throw your probabilities and go from there. Look, now they're shifting us right back. The Bitcoin trade's still going, but the oil trade, I'm wary on trading oil, man. I really am. Rob, you're the best, man. God bless you, Rob. May all your dreams come true, Rob. You deserve them, man. You're a good man. So, look, I want to see this, you know, we got some bear div now, though, right? I mean, this is interesting for oil. I'll have to reassess oil on the big. I'll have to do what I do. Look, it got resistance by the 200. You can see this is kind of a head and shoulder pattern, man. Wow, that short played out beautifully. I'm sorry, everyone, that I did not take the short, but it was the model upside down. The 21 above the 200 making the flag. They didn't touch, but they got pretty close. That definitely was a pretty good entry there. I was about to, look, I had it. I had the trade, man. I gave you guys a perfect short, man. I hope you guys took it to the upside. And Rob even saw the beginning of the stream, man. What a good dude. Nick, he wanted to make sure he's like the guy's a quality perfectionist, man. Like, he loves making sure things are just on. Like, if you looked at the studio, what he's got going on in here, man, guy's going to be a billionaire one day, man. I'm pretty positive of it. Takes time, but once it springs, that spring goes fast, bro. It's like you build and build and build and build, and then one day, everyone thinks you hit it big, and it's like, no, man, I've been grinding for this for years. You know what I mean? I've been grinding like this for years. And then I eventually got a payday, you know? Higher high, higher low, double top, makes it drop. Yep. I mean, it did look like cat ears too as well. So, why are we dumping news? I don't really care why we're dumping. I don't get into that why we dumping stuff. Price action hits resistance after pumping hard, has to retrace. Like, that's just like how price action works. You play for a long time, you go outside and do a bunch of stuff, you're gonna be tired, man. Right? You end up tired. And it's like, you know, you exert a lot of energy, you end up tired. Like, it's like the ebb and flow of life. It's dark, it cuts light, you know? Bitcoin pumps, it pulls back. For me, it's just simple price action. Like, it's not like based on what has to happen. Honestly, the price action reacts, and then the news comes out, and everyone says, oh, that's the way it happened because of the news. And what they do is they brainwash you into thinking the news creates the price action. So you start watching news and trading news. And then there's people that sell you apps that scan the news and tell you when to trade news. I think that's garbage. I would never do that. You know, no offense. I think that's just a gimmick to sell you something, man. And you'll be buying and selling on like random stuff. You'll get wrecked doing that. I think that's not a great idea. But that's just me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, you do want to see what's happening. Like, You know what I mean? I yes and no in a way. I kind of almost take that back because then Trump might tweet something. But if you're buying and selling on Trump tweets every 5 seconds, like I don't know if that's gonna. I don't believe that's gonna be sustainable over time. We dump for a long squeeze just like we pump for a short squeeze. Yeah, how many people jumped into that long last night thinking that they had it, and they didn't have it. They were bugging out. You know what I mean? They were the last people that got in. When I sold the long, a bunch of people got in. Last night when I sold that long, a bunch of people got in the long. So, also looks good when I'm in Sin City Crypto Studio and I hit my trades. Like, it just, you know what I mean? It just solidifies everything that goes on here, man. Yeah. Price action does what price action does. Yeah, exactly. Justin Petershift says Bitcoin will crash close to zero. Of course he does. He's been saying that for a long time. I'm going to show you a tweet from Peter, all right, from a long time ago, where he tells you to sell at 3,800 and says you think this is a discount? It won't be a discount until it's $600. So like this is what he does. He's consistent in his Bitcoin bashing. He does not stop. Right? He does not stop. I'm open-minded. Maybe anything is possible. That's why I hold like dang near 5 million real estate at this point because, hey, if Bitcoin goes belly under, I'll be all right. But you know what I mean? I got to have a contingency plan for my kids, but I definitely was all in on Bitcoin for years. It's still a beautiful nest egg. I still love it. And so, yeah. Everyone, if you like this TA that you've seen, how I'm flipping the charts upside down, how I'm showing you where we're going, how I'm calling these scalps and hitting it, go to CryptoLifer.com. We make it very simple. Subscribe and enter the Discord, man. 99, 270, and 999 to see you in here, all right? I was just in Vegas last week. I wish I could have stayed longer to be there this week. Hey, it happens, man. Be grateful for the trip you did have, but I get it. Yeah. My shorts keep playing out. Shout out Cherry City Bullies, man. Hey, as long as you know what you're doing, you've got it. I mean, that was a rejection by the 10-minute 200 moving average. 15-minute loss to 200, which is a bear sign for me. Look, they spiked the breakout, and then it's false move Monday. Perfect false move Monday. I bet I got in on the false move. I sold the local top because I knew the 1 hour was too far away for the 21. The 1 minute was too far for the 21. Beautiful positional move here, too, as well. Out that ascending triangle that pumped to the upside. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I just knew you were going to, know exactly how to do it. Oh, my God, it smells good. Is this what you do? Are you taking these shots every day? Like, just banging espresso shots back? You take, 5 a day, right? All day you're doing that. That's how you survive. in the city that never sleeps, man. Not easy living in Vegas, man. There's a lot of action all the time. You got to be disciplined here to keep your cool, man. It really isn't I lived in New York City for 20 years. Similar idea. Any night of the week, there's a huge party. Smaller towns, there's a party on Friday, Saturday night, and you can always go out, but there's nothing really going on Tuesday night. In a local small town outside Ohio. You know what I mean? Someone's like, what are you talking about? I party every Tuesday night outside Ohio. So here's the deal. Was it just a false move to get you going? Did they just want to wreck the late longs? Flush this right back to the upside, and that's why we just watch price, let it fill out. It'll tell us what's going to happen. Someone said maybe preparing for the real pump. There's a possible, you know what I mean? Bro, help me. Should I long or short? I lost all my $1,000 a few seconds ago. Dang. Well, if you lost all your money, then how can you long or short now? But I'm just saying, Luck of the Irish. Arr. Ishkabaha. This is the Shamrock. The Shamrock. Oh, it's the bar here in Vegas. The Shamrock. I love this, man. Wash it down with a little water. Don't want to dilute those grains, though. So I could have been quicker on the short for Bitcoin, but it did pump up pretty bad. I would have had to got out pretty fast, and the 21 was kicking it. I may have got caught up there. You never know. I didn't, though. That's the key. I didn't. It gets only liquidity below, not coming back up. Why the 999, baby? I don't know what that means, but God bless you. Buy spot, less stress. Was bearish div on the 4 hour on the daily and on the weekly also. Bearish div on the weekly, my man says. I don't know about that. There is bear div on the 4 hour time frame, which I see I already have it drawn for you. You know what I mean? You can see even on the 1 hour, there was some bear div, elongated bearish divergence. Yeah, that swings down. Well, that swung pretty much. Let me take a look. No, it's not. You know why that's not bear divergence? Because for me, the candle body has to be higher than that candle body. That comes down, that comes down. So I know you don't believe me, but I wouldn't call it bearish div. I mean, it did react as such, but I just wouldn't call it bearish divergence. Yeah. Let's kind of reassess what we're doing here. Like, this kind of, you could kind of push this trend line. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, everyone. It really, really moves the chart for my trading, for my channel. I really appreciate that. I mean, if you're a crazy perma bull here, you're looking for this to bounce back inside the channel. Maybe make a right shoulder there, and that's going to be kind of a head and shoulder pattern, right? And get tight. And there's still a chance that this could play out. I know it doesn't look likely, and nobody believes me. I don't even believe this right now. My human mind says, no way, you're out of your mind, Sam. But I always show you TA without my human mind involved. I just draw what my subconscious mind. I spent a month in Vegas back when I was drinking. Luckily, I made it out alive. Now I love going there sober. It's a blast. Isn't that funny, man? No more long, just short. I felt like I was seeing bearish divil the daily yesterday. Yeah. I wonder if me and you met back when I was a drinker and you were a drinker. We probably would have had a good time. But, man, now we're both sober, man. It's interesting. It is cool to be sober here because everyone drinks, really. Everyone's having a drink. And, like, I just, once you just say no to one beer, one drink, and it comes a year, 2 years, 3 years, then you just... And yesterday I saw Altcoin Daily. Really nice guys, man, Aaron and Austin. And I'm going to give you the secret to how to tell the difference between the twins, man. I'm telling you, I figured it out. I will never mistaken one for the other ever again. Like, I've got it locked in now. Like, I've got it locked in. And in fact, I've known them 5 years. It's kind of horrible, right? And they know people still mess up, though. Hey, they're both handsome guys, man, Made profits going long, then going short. Paid the trader. I love it, brother. Yep. On the weekly, I see hidden bearish div forming. Number one, divergence would be from here to here. This would be your high. You wouldn't take this. That wouldn't be bearish divergence, right? So if you're on the weekly, you would say this is bear div. Number one, weekly bearish divergence does not come until a very high. And you can't get bearish divergence on the weekly till you're above the dotted line. Like, you know what I mean? I don't see it, man. And you can only draw bearish divergence on the top. I do not see hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. I don't see it. I don't. Yeah, I'm being as open-minded as I can for you. You would have to say this swings down while this swings up. Okay, you know what? That is some hidden bail. That would be hidden bearish. I'm with you on that. You're correct there. All right, I stand corrected. That is hidden bearish divergence. I've never seen the weekly show divergence, though, and be not up near the dotted line. Very rare. Very rare. All right? It's like a very rare signal. Look, we had a similar thing here where Bitcoin swung down on the highs, to the low. This swung up, and you would say that's hidden bearish divergence, wouldn't you? But it wasn't, right? I would believe in the bullish div, the hidden bullish div on the monthly. I am a little more, I'm open to that idea. However, I like this. This is great. I'd like to see this good wick here on the weekly. This isn't the worst. It's not that bad. And look, we're at weekly resistance. I mean, you got to if you can respect weekly support. So maybe the weekly comes and retests 72,000. All right. Let's go over the bear scenarios. I mean, the bear scenario is we close these tweezer tops, and this is a bear flag, folks. And we're not done yet. And this is actually the beginning of the short right now. And Bitcoin starts to take a tumble as we speak. Someone said that last night. They think this is it. This is the end of the rally here. 5-day is a little high, but as I showed you in the weekly, there's a lot of stuff in the bigger time frames that suggests no. The daily is going to be our guide right now. The bigger time frames are too ambiguous at the moment with these candles, so the daily is going to be our guide. Now you're right at support or resistance. Like, this is going to be a range that you're going to sit on. The 21 coming up. I get this trend line, I give this a trend line, and I watch that could take 4 days. And I'm going to miss out on the massive short. It's a chance. I'm trading on Weeks live here right now, too, so you can kind of see what's happening here on Weeks. Kind of has an inverted, kind of has a cup and handle there. You're above the 21 and a flag. I can see this pump back up to the 200. What you want to look for is if in the next 6-7 minutes you go sideways down into here, you're likely going to drop. Otherwise, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, we have to get a pump out this mini flag here. If you want to see this is how you figure out what's going to happen in very shortly, right? The smaller time frames provide information that just you can't find anywhere else. You know what I mean? The bear market is not over. We haven't had apathy, meaning prices are still. I don't know, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Don't quit your day job, loser. Who said that? Yikes. We are close to breaking out of the uprising trend. 75.5 next support level. Could be a free entry for a long. Look at this, man. Do what you want, not financial advice, right? Siri, Google CryptoLifer.com. Hey, Alexa, CryptoLifer.com. Hey, Google, CryptoLifer.com. On those Android phones. I got you guys, man. I got some of you. If I got you, let me know. It's a great way to market, man. I found out how to infiltrate someone's home through their voice command. So crazy. I figured this out last week. It actually does work out. Like, my Siri got activated, you know. I believe it looks like that flag's going to pump, folks. I'm more biased. I am more biased long. Like, if I had a chance to take a trade that day, I'd much rather trade long than short. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't even say I'll take whatever they give me, but long trades tend to consolidate and break out nicer. Short trades consolidate and just dump really fast. So you got to take profits quicker on a short. Like, it doesn't, you know, they both pump, but I think I should go long on spot now with 5 ETH to buy it again if it dips more. Lifer, do you take crypto for a VIP plan? I don't know what that means. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can email us and pay in crypto, 100%. Yeah, we take US Tether, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you want, Solana. We like Tether on the TRC network. That's the fastest and the simplest. To me, that's just so quick and easy. You know what I mean? Sober 8 years. Let's go, dude. That's crazy, man. Good for you. God bless you, man. For sure, sober is fun. Who knew? I know, right? It's a journey, man, to be in control. And then when you watch everyone else bugging out, like it's 10 o'clock, they have their first drink. 9 o'clock, right? They get a second drink, 10:30, 10:45. They get another drink at 12. And by 1 o'clock, man, everyone around you is looking pretty sloppy. But you and your sober buddies, right? And you know, like, and then you look at your sober friends and you're like, yep, it's getting crazy out here tonight. Everyone's getting sloppy. It's time to move on, right? And then you're outside of these situations where people could say you did something. You know what I mean? You're just outside of a lot of situations where people could try to say something happened. And you're like, well, no, it never did. Because I left the bar at 10 o'clock after having soda water. You know what I mean? Like, he was belligerently drunk. Yeah, look at him. It's like, no, I wasn't. Not at all. You know? And to know that I'm going to go to Las Vegas and come and leave here without a drink. Like, I know for a fact I will not break. There was a time in my life where I wasn't sure. I was only 1 year in, 2 years in, and I was like, man, maybe I'll break, man. Now I just know it's not going to happen. Like, I have too many obligations, too many trades on my mind, too many things cooking. I like this trade right now. I'm going to go 100. Dang, I was like, 77,491. Let me put the stop at 76,836. And I had a 6 in there. I noticed it at the last segundo. 77,491. Something still ain't right. It's a 7.6, not a 7.8. I'm a little sloppy today. See, you got to be really on point for this stuff. 159 for 370. And 150 for 350 ain't the best, right? 281 risk-reward ratio. I never did that. I don't do this a lot. These actually usually don't play out. This is not my model. And maybe my model on like the 30. Let me take a look at the 30-second chart. So look, I mean, you're on support right now. You got to think that this could be the bottom of the day, and Bitcoin could just hang out here, and then we're going to get a bounce back to the upside. Remember what I showed you? If we had pumped, it would be bearish. because you want your weekly candles to dump first so they can have nice wicks to the upside. So it's a good thing that we saw that the way in which we saw it, right? There's also more liquidity to the upside. There's more stepping stones up to 80,000 here on BOOKMAP. What is BOOKMAP? Heat map order book, all right? Just like if you were wearing a pair of infrared goggles and you could see the people that were hiding their shorts and their stop losses. So these are people that went short and they have liquidations at 78,000, 80,100. They're thinking that's a good shelf life to be at. They think they can stay inside. So if price dumps, they're going to be covered. Here's the longs that went long last night and late. They're all at 76,150. They still may need to be cleaned up, right? So it tells you there's a lot of liquidity down here at 78,150, but there's stepping stones further to the upside. So it tells, and you get better at reading this over time. If you use it every day, you'll see how accurate it is. People will call you, these are spoofs, they're not real, but I don't care what that means because I've sat here every day and showed you red, and we've gone to the red, I'd say 90% of the time. So you could say whatever you want about this indicator. You could say it's spoofing, it's this and that. If you use it every single day, you'll get good at it. Whatever you use every day, you're going to be good at. Man, the Blues guy, I've never seen someone so active in the chat. You're amazing, man. And you're helping people. Anthony, keep it up. Let's go. Crypto Lifer course is the perfect start. Yeah. The 99 Trading Group, our highly motivated trading community. There's no trading group like this because a profitable trader, expert support, and mentorship continuous Bitcoin and altcoin setups all the time, man. We give more altcoin setups than your average. A lot of other Discords do Bitcoin in this. We also give a lot of altcoin setups still, even throughout this latest journey. That does look good now, though. The curving 21, I feel like it's worth taking a shot. And actually, it should get past the 200 and go all the way to 77.81. I think it's worth risking $100. I'm going to take this trade. It's high risk, though. It's not my favorite trade, I have to be honest. I don't normally trade this. So it's a little off. It's a little different for me. I used to trade this for years. If you remember, I used to trade this. I used to call the daily bottom with bull div. So let's go look if there's bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame. DEXE, we gave you that already. That continues to rip at 350. Went to 16. It did a 4x. It did over a 4x in about a month and a half since I gave it to you guys. Hey, I don't make the rules over here. I just tell you how to play them. So, 1 second. I need to clear my throat, and I don't want you to hear that. Sorry for everyone in the studio. Clear my throat there. Okay, thank you for letting me do that. Sorry about that. We ate a lemon yesterday on the live stream too. That was or half a lemon, quarter lemon. It was pretty tough. Good times, good times. Also, you're above the 200 moving average on the 2-hour time frame. As long as that, it looks like we may wick back inside a pattern here and then continue to go up. I've seen this. You know what? I've seen my subconscious mind has seen this exact insanity play out because so many people shorted this double top, and there's just too much liquidity up here, man. And then they ripped it down, and they got people to get really excited. They jumped into that short. So now you got stop losses here. You got a lot of liquidity. I know it's there. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Keep coming back. Please subscribe to the channel too, folks. Please. Subscribing to the channel helps me out in a major way. Crypto is being abused and used by the bigger, by the algo rate recently. But I'm a trader, man. This is trading. As we showed you oil. Wow, look at that. And look at this. This is why you have to learn patterns. The 1 minute will show you that patterns rule. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You don't long that. So we made a little flag. The measured move of that flag was the length of the pole. You went 70%, almost 90% of the pole. I mean, that played out. You're supposed to get in there and sell the measured move. That's it. This is a measured move. It's the length of the neckline to the head. You swing it here. That's where you're supposed to go. You basically went right there. This is nuts. This stuff just continues to play out, folks. Over and over again. It's pretty insane how it works like this. I'm very, very... Look, this is a bit of a cup and handle now. I can see how this confused someone, but if you stick with me every day and you learn this stuff, just like if you were sitting in the car with a NASCAR driver and he's touching all the buttons, you'd be like, wait, what did he do, man? But if you went in the car for 2-3 months, you'd start to really understand how he's maneuvering, what he's doing, when he's hitting the brake, and why. This almost has to wick back inside the pattern. Otherwise, this is weird, pretty strange. Anyway, what I was looking for bull div on the 1 minute. I forgot, yeah. Very strong bullish divergence. Not too, it's all right. It's flat while this went down, though. But not amazing. Not amazing. It looks like that trade may not play out. $70 now? Let me take a look again. Again, it's almost like it's not my usual trade, so it's very interesting, though. Right now, it looks like there's a lot of speculation on both sides of the board. Wow, it looked like it was going to wick right back off the 21 for a second. Now oil's looking bullish again. Maybe they're going to try to give us an Adam and Eve here. You never know, folks. Like, does look more bearish to me. Ooh, it's getting close. It's gotta bounce now, or they're probably going to take me out. Dang. Oof. Yeah, trade your models, folks. See, I was outside of my wheelhouse here. I stopped trading this because it was too sketchy. I knew it. And I started trading only the break above the 200 moving average. I just learned that it's actually bearish, right? It's kind of the model. I don't know, man. I have to be honest, today it's up and down. Go either way today. Like, that could be a shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's interesting. It could be a slanted inverted. A drunken slanted inverted head and shoulder that eventually plays out. But I'm like on that line right now. This happens to me a lot, though. They wick it like right towards my stop, and I somehow stay in the game. But it doesn't look good. It looks like they're going to come for me. What a lot of people do is they shift their stop down, but the way I am, that could be a difference between 200 and 500. And there you go. You just take your loss. There was 170. I took a L. It's all right. It's all right. Still up like, 28, 2,900 in 24 hours. No biggie. And, that's why I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that. It looked like it could go, but I stopped trading that. Now you might get yourself a descender that dumps. See, when you have all these patterns loaded in your brain, you can see them and start to build them. This is the edge that I have that most people don't, but you'll get that edge if you keep moving. I never thought I would be this deep in the charts as I am, folks. I could see this go either way right now. I could see it go back up, inverted head and shoulder. I could see it hang out and dump. Let's see. If this starts to rip up, then you know what it is. If it starts to go more sideways, so look, I would short this. If in 5 minutes this turned into a right shoulder, I wouldn't long below, but, just an idea. If you were above the 200, let's just say, I would long this with a stop below the head, get it on the right shoulder. If it dumps and starts to come down here, I short this with a stop above that. Like 10 minutes will be the difference between a short and a long. Like, it's got to tell you what to do. I know how to build both scenarios and take whatever one makes the most sense, and then try to block the probability from hurting me, right? That's the key, folks. That's the master key, right? Read books of the Master Key Society. Real winners hell for the Chiefs to exit. Right when you enter long, it sure is crazy, right? Hidden bullish div of the 1 week. Plus of the 1 minute. I don't know. I know that's a huge engulfing bear candle creating a bear flag. Where? Greetings and respect. Much appreciation and gratitude. God bless you, man. A deep sea explorer. My long Bitcoin long time. I like that. Me long Bitcoin long time. It's me long, not my long. Me long. Payment confirmation. Join in the group using crypto. I sent you an email with payment confirmation and my Discord username. How did you get payment confirmation, though? That's what I want to know. I don't take care of payments. I stopped doing that years ago. I used to do everything for the trading group. I used to do payments, everything. Then I hired my wife because I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it all the time. All right? Funny, yeah, I had a booking and I never went and booked, man. Crazy. Well, I got saved by the bell, man. I got saved by the bell. Crazy. What I wanted to do is check that for you, but I got to say, it looks a little more bearish today than it should be, but we'll see how the daily candle closes. You enter the short right now? I don't know. If anything, the daily just bounces off the 21. And we might end up getting a beautiful flag like this. Like, I'm a little overly bullish. Maybe I shouldn't be. But I'll flip bearish at the right time. I believe that. You know what I mean? But yeah, bearish div right here. It doesn't look amazing. Okay, what are we saying here? Wouldn't it get cool to see a 5K green candle? Maybe I sent you the wrong address. I don't know, man. We'll know for sure. I mean, you should email. Where did you get the address from? Like, that's the thing. Usually you contact my wife. She gives you the address. All the info we chat about, all you guys need. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Which email did you send to? Likely you just need to wait a little longer. I'll switch to the customer email for you right now. Because I'm a nice guy. And we can figure it out any day of the week. You know what? It's like the Vepin doesn't like, you know. Yeah. Hey, Sam, would you try to draw the line to overtrading? I see you going here and there with the trades. You obviously know what you're doing, but let me know. No hate intended, by the way. I was in a long on the 4-hour for 5 days. I scalped a couple shorts, a couple longs. Yeah. And I only, like this, these are all small trades. When I trade big, I trade big. Like, I like to trade 4, maybe 10 big trades a year. Yeah. Over trading is when you keep going in, it stops you out, you lose. You go back in the other way, and then you long, you lose. And then you switch short, you lose again, then you long, and then you have like 5 losses straight. And then at the end of the day, you try to make it all back on a big pump, and like, that's overtrading. Yeah. We lost the 200 lamb way to the 1-hour. We should not get to the 2-hour. I have all area resistance at 76,499. Well, I talked about 76,500, remember? If you pull a Fibonacci here, you can see that right there is 75,600. Right? You said 76.5? 75.6, and right there too. But 75.6 is the 618 here. Of this, you know, from this pump up to that wick. And then there's some confluence down here on the daily chart. Yep. 50K Bitcoin is coming. God bless you, man. Hey, whatever you think, if you believe it, then you'll be disappointed when it doesn't happen. If it happens, then you'll call yourself right. I'd rather just be open-minded. Aldo, oh yeah. Guy says RRR. Let's take a look at RRR. And you got to say that's now more of a bear flag, see? Flip it upside down. I mean, that looks like, you know, now I'm like, dang. And see, flipping it upside down really helps me. It looks just like the long we just took, doesn't it? I gotta say, that looks nice. Also, if you know how to trade, you could make 10, 20 trades a day if you know your risk management. It's really about risk management, folks. It's really about risk management. Most people, if they traded like me, it would probably be considered overtrading because they don't have proper risk. You got to have proper risk management. You got to know what you're stopping and what you're going for, you know. I made a good trade this morning. I made a good trade last night. My instincts are telling me to just take it easy. Have fun today at the conference, make some content for you guys, and keep it going, right? It's also a false move Monday. This stuff could go crazy. And really, shout out to Aaron and Austin. Great guys, man. I'd like to get on their channel one day, man. We should collab, man. I'll ask them at the right time. I never like to bombard, and, you know, I never want to be pushy. But, man, I would have such a good time with them. They're good guys. And we have good chemistry whenever we're together. I'm a twin. They're twins. Hey, we're both twins. Sammy Cup and Handy. We can learn from your detailed 21-200 EMA strategy in your course and more. 100%. I'm reviving my course. It will be done when I get back. And I'll be able to teach it through the summer. Bitcoin usually dumps during the Bitcoin conference. I know, isn't that crazy? Still holding on to like a cup and handle here. It's weird. Like, it tells me right now, I see this, that's a cup and handle. It tells me to be careful. That's actually the money printer right there. Look, it's bouncing right off the 618. 786 is sitting there on the low, and I like to go up to right. If that happens and you don't like the way that looks, make sure you're on this. Hit right, click settings. And what we're going to do is going to go to visibility, I believe, style. We're going to zoom down on style, style. And we're going to go here, and we're going to say we want this on the right. We want labels on the right. And there you go. And look, I mean, right down to the 618, maybe to the 786. I mean, that's what we do. That's called turtle soup, man. When Master Friend nails it and rips it back to the upside. And this is that cup and handle with the higher low. You draw your fib. This is what we used to trade this every single day. If you remember, we used to find the divergence, the secondary higher low. I used to trade up to the 200 moving average. I just found like it was better the other way. I honestly nearly can't understand how you can have fun and not drink in Vegas. Wow, what a weirdo. Lifer sounds stupid, but I had my bachelor party in Vegas back in June. I can't imagine doing it sober. Yeah, because you haven't evolved to a higher frequency, man. What if you were feeding hundreds of kids around the world instead of going out drinking? What if every day you helped other people around the world in a massive level? You would get so much, that the high from that is way higher than anything alcohol could ever give you. Go watch my video on X and see the feeding line I created and the children that I'm feeding every day. That is a bigger adrenaline rush than the small rush that alcohol gave me. You're still stuck in these little places. You will evolve one day, man. Yeah. It's the quickest way to lose your energy. You know, alcohol turns into ethanol inside of your body. It's the only thing that goes through the blood barrier in your stomach. It goes right through your stomach lining, like through the blood. It's crazy, man. Some people are toxic and can't get away from it. Yeah. I mean, I was where you were. I'm happy that you said that. You know why? I'm happy that you said that, Thomas Bush. Because you have to be lost to be found. And so you're admitting that you're a bit lost in life? That drinking in Vegas is the best? Like, is that really the best high you've ever had? Chasing a drink? Yeah. I said I sound stupid. I didn't mean you were stupid. You said lifer sounds stupid. Yeah. Whatever. I just read what you wrote, man. I get it. Sometimes I typo too. 100% I hate alcohol, my man. No one has ever got drunk and done anything productive in the world. It's a poison. I had to go to Vegas a couple years for a conference. I was the only one there that didn't drink. Just went to the gym. Everyone acted like I was weird. I was like, yeah, I'm weird compared to y'all. You know what happens is I'm more aware than they are at the end of the night. So who's on point? You know what I mean? Lifer, you look at the 1 hour. We're right on the 200 MA. It's been a good spot to long recently. I love longing the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. Looks like we may not have enough time to figure this out today. It's actually closed below it for me, though. That's bearish, folks. And look, there is a head and shoulder there. It dumped. That's the first thing we saw was this head and shoulder. Remember, when we were first bullish, we wanted the pump on the double bottom. It started. We sold off, and then here we are. And there we were. Let's be like extreme bears right now. Trend line broken. Bearish retest of the trend line. Bit of a rising wedge. Some bear div on the 1 hour. There's bearish div in the 1 hour for sure. Maybe not on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour for sure. It did play out. I did sell the local top last night. Pretty sure it was a good chance to short, but... So here's the deal. I would flip this upside down. A lot of things are going to happen. If this continues to dump and then we make a bear flag, then I'm going to short Bitcoin tonight. You see? If it V-shape recoveries and get back in, then I'm going to have a different plan. So my plan is to do nothing for the next 8 to 10 hours and just see if Bitcoin can consolidate inside a bear flag or not. I don't know if it will, but if it can, then I know I got myself a trade tonight. So I like to set up for the trade later on, and that way I can do content, have some fun, do my thing, right? Nope, this sounds like a horrible way to end the show. I don't even know what he's saying. It's always a great time. Yeah, always positive. There's nothing wrong. Oh, my God. I've been sober since September 2024. People look at me as crazy guy. Yeah. Please be mindful of language here. We share love and gratitude. Amen. For I sat here thinking it's cool how he enjoys not drinking. I just don't understand it. I used to not understand it either. I would drink with my buddies, and I was like, how can you go out and not drink, dude? 100%. I was immature, dude. I didn't know there was another side. I wasn't feeding children around the world. I wasn't working 7 days a week. My body has to be at top level to do what I do. To see the charts the way I do, to make the calls, I can't be drinking at night. It's just not going to work for me, folks. Right? So I got to do what I got to do, man. Let me take a look at the super chats. Thank you so much for reminding me there. I appreciate that. Wow, more came in than I thought. We have Mike9078 with RRR. Bless you, heart, Sam. You've helped and guided thousands of people. You're a great man. You never forget where you come from, and you're kind, sir. We love you. I love you too, man. Sending my regards to all the lifers. I'll see you next week in Miami, Sam. We'll have a great time. By the way, we're extending the ROLEX campaign to the end of May. If you want to trade on BTCC, they're extending the campaign. Win a ROLEX. 3 lifers will win a ROLEX. They're going to give them out. It's going to happen. Oil on the 4-hour model. Thank you. Let's get a shout out from my boy Sammy Cup and Handy Vegas, baby. Shout out to Biomex in the house, my man. Hey, Sammy, great day. God bless you, Stas. Mr. Sammy Cup and Handy, can we learn from your full detail to it? Yes, you can. Shout out to Marshall Dwells. Yeah, man, jump on in, man. If you feel comfortable with me, you feel like I'm your guy, get more information from me. Let's take a look at RRR right now. See what's happening. It does look like there's a nice flag here on that short for Bitcoin. Made it look so good on that other. All right. Oh, what the heck did I just do? I mean, that tells me to long. I mean, to short that. Like, for sure. I see that's highly unlikely that doesn't pump. And actually, it looks like it can go up even higher. Man, what if it's a weird, like, what if it's an Adam and Eve, though? You see 2 different things. You assess the market. You take the higher probability from what your subconscious mind can divide. If you keep giving the information, you will. You're implying you can occasionally drink with your friends and also be a good... I never said you can't be a good person. I never said that. I never said anything of the sort. I just think if you want to reach your highest potential and the highest frequency, then you get rid of drinking, man. Drinking is for dreamers, he says. If you achieved and have everything you need, alcohol is pure garbage. Yeah, like, I love my daughters. I want to play with them and have high energy. What is drinking around them going to do? They'll see alcohol in my house, right? So, like, I'm not going to be the best dad if I'm drinking, period. Like, I'm just, my life's different, man. You guys are probably 25, 26 that are saying, why can't I drink with my friends? Go ahead. I did it. I quit around 36, 37 years old. It took me a long time to figure it out. I'm just hoping maybe you could figure it out quicker than I did. Some of the best people I've met have come from drinking and networking. I'm not saying they aren't, man. You guys are funny, man. You guys just want to fight the feeling. Imagine the people you would have met if you didn't even drink at all then. Oh my gosh. If you met good people drinking, then imagine who you would have met without drinking. It's just mind-boggling how much people fight their addiction to alcohol. They love it. It's like they can't even take someone saying anything about their own way. Like if I said I like to go walk in the park, people would be like, what kind of park? They wouldn't get defensive about it, right? I say I don't drink it. People get defensive. That tells you something about their proclivity to drinking. Like, drink or don't drink. What are some of the... Yeah, exactly. I don't even care. Do whatever you want. Like, I'm not trying to tell you how do you live your life. I'm just telling you how I live mine. Yeah. This guy says, I wish I have not drank when I was young. A lot of people say that. We learn the hard way, man. Yeah. Sensitive drinkers. You're funny, man. Honestly, man, I wouldn't... I could see it kind of going both ways here. That looks bullish. That looks like it's going to rip. And it's a short. It just looks so nice. You don't have a lot of protection for the stop, though. You see, you got to go there. I usually can call this, but Monday I stay away. I just let Monday do its thing, and then Monday night we begin to trade, 8 p.m. That's going to be 5 p.m. my time. That's nappy time for me. definitely looks more likely. Do I go 280 and chop off half of that win for another 951? Or do I just let it do nothing? Man, that looks like it's going to dump. And doing nothing sometimes is a great idea, especially if you already made a trade that's up. All right? You don't have to be a big shot, right? Yeah, drinking does lower your vibrational energy. I figured. Nikola Tesla taught me. So many people taught me that. In your opinion, as a fellow EMA trader, what do you say about the 12-hour? By the way, love the stream, big man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, brother. We are here for trading, not talking about drinking. Focus, people. It's all right, man. It's the end of the show. We tend to get a little off topic at 12 o'clock. It's 10 to 12. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you drank and climbed the ladder, you might break something. I know, right? Shout out to my wife, Crypto Wifer 679. I see you, baby. I see my love, the love of my life, man. I'll be honest, man. That's going to dump. I'm just going to nibble on this one. Could be a double bottom. Could continue to dump. It is false move, my man. If I have to put this much thought on it, maybe I walk away, right? If you ever have something you can't figure out, and I mean that looks bearish too on the 3 minute. I'm going to take this short. I'm going to take another short here. And we'll see what happens. I'll check it in an hour. It's likely it'll hit the target. I'll make another 450. So I'm short again here. The 1 minute looks like it's going to dump on us, folks. I'm getting the signal. All right, you're touching the 21 right there above the 200. I mean, that's supposed to pump hard. And we did it this morning. Same thing just happened. We both know it could double top and go the other way. There's no guarantees of what's going to happen here. It might even Adam and Eve. See how it could be an Adam and Eve? You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm risking very small amount compared to what I had, so remember that. Remember that. I think I am over trading a little bit this morning. I'm a little on the espresso, and I want to just keep catching these moves. And look, now it looks like it could pump on me, so be careful. Should have left it at one trade and walked away and kept myself pristine, you know what I mean? Drinking weakens your senses. Under what circumstances is that a good thing? Yeah. But still, there's only a few, though. Vodemir, he bought it, dump it. You all deserve a chance to win. You do. How to stop drinking mind over matter. Next time you have it, act disgusted with yourself. Money. Anyway, I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to keep the short open. I'll keep you guys updated in the trading group to what's happening and whether this trade ends up playing out or not. And we'll post this to the group, too, in case someone can't see the stream. They can understand my latest thought process, right? I don't know. I don't love it. I don't like Mondays, man. They're sketchy. They're so sketchy. You got to be very careful on Monday. You really do. Look, now it looks like it's going to Adam and Eve. Man, now it looks like it's going to dump. Man, it's just I see how trading can get you guys stressed. That's why you just got to, set it with risk and walk away. Right? Set it with risk and walk away. That looks like it. I mean, that's beautiful, right? How does that not pump? And we're upside down. Is RRR on the stock market, Red Rock Resorts? I mean, that thing is doing nice. Let me take a look at it on the daily. I hope I'm looking at the right thing for you. The weekly. Is this what you wanted, RRR? Super chat, Lifer, you're funny, man. Pump, we hours early Sunday night, and then kaboom. Vegas Lifers Unite. Yeah, who wants to meet me today? I will go down to the conference. I think I'm going to jump on. I think I'm going to stay here at Sin City Crypto for a while, but then I'm going to go to I'll be at the conference hopefully by, I'm trying to figure this out. I think by 12:30, Western, West time. The bump, but we see the, yeah. Yeah, I don't, so this looks interesting. I mean, it's kind of bull dibbing on the weekly in a way. Looks okay. It did get above the 21 there, which is somewhat strong. Inverted head and shoulder on the 5-day. A flag on the 3-day. And the dailies in the, yeah, so I see what you're saying. You found the sauce on this. I mean, you get in right here, you put your stop below the 200, and this thing should do some damage. You may have found yourself something here on a bottom, and that's how you catch bottoms. And there's kind of a cup and handle there that does look bullish to me, friend. I think you just wanted me to confirm what you're looking at. And this is just two guys having a conversation. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not buying it. I'm not telling anyone. I don't know what he's doing. There's no value added here. I'm not saying this many shares for this amount of I don't do that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, just don't long and break the trend. Dang, it's sketchy. I'd like it to double bottom, rip back up, but then I got to get back on the grind and see what's going on. I'm going to give this some time to assess what's happening to the market. In a few hours, I'll do another update to kind of see where we're at. Everyone, I got to jump on out of here. I don't know how I went over time, even when I'm on quote-unquote travel time. Anyway, thank you so much for jumping on in, everybody. I greatly appreciate your time, your love, and your constant support. It's been an absolute journey. I'm so blessed to have people, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, to be around and to kick it with me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from my team to yours, from Sin City Crypto, and from my entire production team and everyone over here at Sin City. Woke up early, opened this place up for me. No jokes, man. Really, really appreciate it. So God bless you all. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the flip side. The secret to success is getting started, folks. You got to get started somehow, some way. Join my trading group to get started. Join my, learn something. Watch the stream. You got to start somewhere, folks. It's not going to be perfect, but you got to start. I'm cutting the short off, just so you know. I cut the short off, $50 loss. Looks like they're going to rip it back up, and then I'm going to trade the model later on. Yeah, I'm not shorting it. I'm making the call, so just in case you weren't sure, I'm making the call. No short. No short. I'm out. Something doesn't look right. I'm out on the short, just so you guys know.